Alright guys, before we get into the video, I just wanted to let you guys know about a huge RP giveaway I'm doing for the holidays. All you have to do to enter is check the link in the description. Good luck to everyone, and let's get right into the video. Alright, what is up guys? Professor Akali here, bringing you a new video on some of the hidden mechanics that I haven't really shared with you guys yet. I've known about a few really high-level mechanics that I haven't really shared with you guys. I think I've mentioned one of them on stream, but I never really took the time to explain to you guys in a video exactly what they were, because I wasn't really sure if some of these mechanics were true or not. So I stepped into practice mode a few hours ago, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the hidden mechanics that I've recently discovered on Akali. These are going to be some really high-level mechanics that can make the difference in fights. You just have to know how to use it. Make these mechanics second nature when you play Akali, and I want to see all my subscribers playing Akali better and getting their desired ranks. While making this video, I am a little sad because these are my hidden tricks, but I'm also happy at the same time to share it with you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. I'm just going to be numbering up these mechanics, and let's get right into it. Alright, so basically guys, this is going to be the first thing I'm going to be sharing with you guys. You can proc your Q a lot faster than normal. So this is your normal thing. Oh sorry, I'll do it a little bit more realistic. That is pretty much how a normal Akali procs your Q, but pretty much you can do it like this. So basically what I did right there, and I'll put it in slow motion right now, there's a certain few milliseconds between when you press your Q and when you should right click them to auto attack. That'll result in you instantly proccing your Q rather than having a delay, and this can be really useful. So I'll just show you guys. Pretty much it's like this. I hope you guys can tell the difference. It's subtle, but if you can get it down, it's like, I think we've gotten the hang of it. So basically, yeah, you can proc your Q really fast rather than just like that. That is the slow version. That's the fast version. That's the slow version. So basically, you know, the moral of the story is you right click at a certain time. You can also just like spam it, but it doesn't really work that well if you spam right click. It can work, but yeah, sometimes it doesn't work either. It's really just about the timing. If you can like click it at a certain point. I don't know how many milliseconds after you throw your Q, but if you go into practice tool and you just practice, you'll eventually get the hang of it. I'm not even perfect at it yet, but honestly at this point in ranked games it seems to be second nature for me, so yeah, that's one of the more important ones. There's also another one I wanted to mention. As you guys know, the easiest way to just proc your Q, the noob way to do it, is to just throw your Q onto them, press R and let it auto attack. So the problem with that is when you R and then auto, let it auto for you, it's actually slower than if you click on it yourself. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but it's definitely faster compared to this. Sure, it's only a few milliseconds, and this is just one of the mechanics, but it really does make a difference in a fight. I'll see that was a slow version again. Anyways, that's about it for proccing your Q faster. I'm going to move on to a different mechanic. So let's move on over here. This isn't as much of a hidden mechanic as the others are, but I do want to show you guys some of the more advanced Shroud links. So this is going to be the first one that I don't think most people know you can do. It's basically where you just go up right onto that, you know, I don't know what the hell these are. These are like drawn on mushrooms, I think. You go right onto the top of the biggest one. Literally you have to run right on top of it. So you're on top of the big mushroom as much as you can possibly go. Like there's no more going into the wall. It's not that hard to do it in a live situation either. You really just have to like spam not too far because then you'll auto path away, but you just want to spam into the wall. Like you want to run towards it and then spam right into the wall once you're close by. That's actually a little difficult to get there, but if you practice it, it becomes easier. So you go into the mushrooms as much as you can, and then from there on, you go look at these little rocks right here. I think they're drawn in rocks, and basically what you want to do is put your mouse. Well, let me put a word again. Is put your mouse right in the middle of these three rocks. If you guys can see, let me get more vision. That might be my idea. Anyways, there's a rock right here, there's a rock right there, and a rock right here. These little one, medium one, big one. Put your mouse right in the middle of all three of them, and you should be able to hop over. And there you go. This can be very useful since there's usually not wards over here. So say for example, the enemy team just picked off some of your teammates mid, and now they're rotating over to Baron. Well, obviously the backline is going to be in the back. So when they're all running from mid to Baron, obviously their backline is going to be vulnerable. Well, you can use this method. You can just run up to this mushroom, put your mouse in between these three rocks, and W over, and absolutely decimate them. Show them why they should have killed you before you even consider doing Baron. And yeah, that's going to be one of the most important Shroud flashes. Obviously you can do the same thing on this. The rocks are pretty much identical. I'm not exactly sure if they're the same exact shape, but no, they're not. They're a little bit different. This one's like thicker and a little shorter, and this one's thinner and a little bit longer. But you can also do it on this one, guys. I know that sounds ridiculous, like the range of your blink is so small, but hear me out. Now this one is extremely difficult, but it can be done, and it can lead to some insane outplays. If they flash over this wall, they will always think that you have to flash after them, or you know, they're gonna escape, especially if you don't have your flash available. Well, if you can perfect this, you're gonna get them. Okay, so let me explain. I'll just show you guys first. I'm gonna go, where is it? Right here, I think, and kind of like right there, and there we go. I'm gonna try to explain just little pointers so you guys can replicate this. Okay, so let me explain. So you guys see these two rocks right here. You got this little rock right here, you got this little rock right here. There's a little dip of water into these rocks showing that you can run into it. So we're gonna go right into there. So we're gonna go right into there. So once we're in that spot, we're gonna look right here. You guys can see there's this little line right here, and you don't necessarily put your mouse on the edge of the line, but you kind of want to do it like right here, where this little line is. If you guys can see, I'm gonna have to zoom in on the editor, but you want to put it on the tip of that line. And from there you go. It's the most OP thing in the freaking world if you're trying to chase down someone, if you're trying to make a clutch escape. And guys, I'm going to show you now how to do it in reverse. The only way I really know how to do it, if for some reason you have to like approach it from this wall to get in the perfect spot. I can't really like get the right angle coming from here. You have to like actually, you have to like run through the wall. So I don't, yeah, see, like it gives you this weird, like you can just like scoot in a little bit further coming from here. So now that you're against the wall right here, you literally just want to like, there we go. Took a few tries, but so yeah, that was going to be another spot that I'm sure most people didn't know you can do it. I think that honestly it's really cool that Akali has something that she can practice to become really good at, and it just increases her efficiency in game. It's kind of like in Counter-Strike, for those of you that play or watch it competitively, those intricate smoke grenades that you throw across the map that take like practice and practice just to like get the right angle. You have to like pick the right spots on the map, and then put your cursor on the right spot and then throw your smoke grenade. This is pretty much the same thing. You pick the right spot on the map, you put your cursor out, and you just throw your smoke grenade, I guess. Or in this case, your smoky shroud thing. So yeah, that is going to be that. Actually, you know what? While we're at it, let me show you guys a few more known walls that you can shroud flash over, or shroud blink over rather. So I'm just going to show you now. Basically, run up to this flower, for example, put your mouse on another flower, and just press W. That one is a little bit simpler. You can pretty much tell you can do it. Obviously, this one's really simple too. But then you have a little bit more complex ones like that one. Eventually, you can pretty much tell for most of them which ones you can go over. Like this one's too thick. This one is really easy because it's thin. Whereas this one, this will work too. It's just, you know, it's basically, the way it works is your blink range has to be at least halfway through the wall that, you know, blocks you from running through. So if it's over halfway, this is a little bit halfway because this is that much compared to that much, it will work. You will blink over. Alright guys, so moving on, I wanted to share something that is very useful in fights, especially in skirmishes and whatnot, and that is going to be how to deal with Akali's annoying shroud inconsistency. If you're an Akali main like me, you get really annoyed with the shroud. Sometimes you're literally on top of your shroud and you're visible for like an hour before you go back into stealth, which can be really annoying when you're just trying to Q auto a target and then go back into hiding. Like, so let's spawn an enemy. So yeah, you just want to, like, you're in your shroud, you just want to Q auto and just go into hiding, but you're stuck outside. So basically the mechanic is you want to Q auto and then immediately run out and into your shroud. The reason you do this is because whenever you run out and in, it automatically puts you back into stealth. Because it detects that you're running into the shroud, the game can tell, obviously, that you're out of shroud, you're in the shroud, you're out of shroud, in the shroud, which prompts the game to put you into invisibility. This is something I usually do whenever the enemies are near the edge of the shroud, especially, because it's really easy to just Q auto and then like go back out and in. It's just like something that I really recommend you guys do if you want to up your Akali game. At least try to. Sometimes, you know, if they're dead set in the middle of the shroud, you can't do that, but it's obviously probably still worth it to Q auto them, because usually if you Q auto in the middle of your shroud, you're going to do more damage than they can dish out when you're visible for a second or whatever it is. So it's just something to keep in mind. It's something that is situationally really good to know, and I wanted to tell you guys about it. So yeah, other than that, there's one other mechanic that I haven't really perfected yet, or I'm not even sure if it's necessarily the greatest thing in the world, but I do think I have something else to share for you Akali mains, and that is going to be a way to catch your enemies off guard a lot faster. So basically, when I see a lot of Akali mains share their pentakill clips and whatnot, they tend to do something like this, which is, you know, that's an obvious mistake. You want to wait a second before you ult if you're going to Q first, or you're supposed to just ult Q auto because it's more guaranteed. But there is a few solutions to this. There's two different parts of this mechanic I wanted to share. The first one is, if you're going to Q ult, Q and then give it like half a second and then do it, so you can just get like one huge burst and you'll catch them. Like, this is the best way to do as much burst within the blink of an eye as possible, sure. It's just that ulting and then Q autoing is so guaranteed that I tend to just recommend you do it. If you want to practice playing Akali at the perfect level, you probably should go for Q and then ult autos. It's just sometimes if you don't ult on top of them, they can potentially flash away after you see them. So say you're hiding in this brush and this is an 80 carry. If you go for a Q, the second you pop out of this brush and they see you throwing a Q, they're gonna flash the frick away if they have it available. Whereas, you know, if you do this, it's like, sure, they can flash away, but then you just W after them and just keep destroying them. That's just another pro to it. Everything is situational, guys, and it's funny how Akali has all these insane mechanics that is hidden to the general noob public that thinks that she's a noob champion that takes no skill, which I actually think it's funny because it's usually just the bronze viewers that say that anyways. But yeah, so the last thing I wanted to mention about that is that you can do the same thing as the first tip I taught you about Q autoing really fast, is you can do that after you ult. You just go for you go for the auto attack like you would in the first tip, where you basically just throw your Q ult and then immediately auto attack, just to get that perfect proc, the perfect combo. Yeah, eventually it's just like second nature. So yeah, guys, those are going to be some of the higher level mechanics that I haven't really shared with you guys yet that I've discovered. I'm trying to think of a few more, but honestly I think those are the main ones that I wanted to share. Obviously, guys, there's going to be some things I forget to tell you about until I make the ultimate Season 8 Akali guide. Like, for example, there's this one mechanic that I think is really OP. If you know that they're a champion that can jump over walls easily to chase you down, say you're low health right now and you're running away, you have like a Nidalee that's about to jump on you. Well, there's this one thing you can do that I think is really funny. Basically what you do is you run up to the wall and you start casting your W backwards as you would be about to hop over, but then you actually cast your W backwards and you flash over the wall. So basically you do something like this. And basically what that would do is it would show to them that you are flashing over the wall and probably blinking the same way, when in reality you can make a pretty insane juke. So that's just something I wanted to share with you guys. It's a fun little thing that is cheesy, and you can definitely bet your ass that there's going to be like maybe 2 situations per 1,000 games in which that would be a smart thing to do, but it's fun to know. I think it's just one of the crazy things Akali can do. So I guess that is going to be pretty much it. So yeah, that is going to pretty much be it. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And I'm going to be having an Ultimate Season 8 Akali guide out soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in a new video. Wait for it, wait for it. Peace.